Hey guys, Retro Gaming Goffy and I am back with another deck profile for you guys. If you like the video, be sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to let you guys know for any more future videos that may be posted. So this is a legendary dragon deck featuring Red Eyes, the Feng CRITIUS and all the Hermos and the ritual support for Red Eyes, such as Lord of the Red and Paladin. Dark Paladin Dragon, whatever its name is. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so obviously, as you saw on the top, we have one Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Really cool card. I think it's banned. I don't know if it's in the TCG or OCG, but it's coming up on my Legacy of the Duelist game that it's not available to play. However, because it's Red Eyes, it's my personal favourite monster in the game. Right from the beginning, when we first saw Red Eyes Black Dragon, played by Rex Raptor before Joey won it off for him. And since then, it's been one of the most iconic cards in the game, and played, obviously, by one of our favourite characters, Joey Wheeler. And it was also owned by Alexis's brother, Atticus. And that's all I need to say about that, I think. Then we have one Blackstone of Legends. Most players will probably run about 2 or 3. It is a card that you can run obviously more than one of in any Red Eyes deck, but this deck's mainly to summon out the legendary dragons, such as with Feng CRITIUS mainly. So only running one is probably all you're going to need for this deck. Then we have 2 Red Eyes alternative Black Dragons. I really love this card, to be honest with you. I like the fact that it can be special summoned just by sending a Red Eyes from the field or the hand to the graveyard, and if it's destroyed, you can special summon a Red Eyes monster from your grave, and if it's a normal one, you can double its attack. It's a pity it's not like Blue Eyes alternative dragon, but we can't really complain. But it is a really nice design. Next, we have, as I mentioned before, my personal favourite card ever. Red Eyes Black Dragon. I run 3 copies of these because there's quite a lot of things that target Red Eyes. B Dragon. Obviously, there's a lot of other options when it comes to level 7 dark monsters, in this case Red Eyes. But I run 3 of these because I can't bring myself to playing 1 or 2. I feel like for a Red Eyes deck, you have to play 3. Well, you don't have to, but I choose to because, like I say, it's my personal favourite. Next, we have 3 Red Eyes Baby Dragons. Basically, I don't think I need to mention anything about Red Eyes' effects all day. But it's a nice little card to let you summon out all your bigger monsters, and obviously it equips itself to the monster it special summons. And yeah, I could read the rest of it, but I haven't really got all day, to be honest with you. The last video I did was on the Guardian deck, and that video took forever to upload, so I want to try and make this as short and sweet as possible. But I just felt like with the other deck, I had to explain the reasons why I ran the Guardian deck. But with Red Eyes, I think we're all familiar with it, but I'd love to explain more about it, but I just really haven't got the time, to be fair, so I'm making this quite quick. 1 Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon. I used to run 2, but I figured it, like the Blackstone, it was just easier just to run 1. And there's going to be enough monsters featured in this deck anyway. At least in terms of the fact that there's a lot of monsters I can easily summon. So running just generic vanilla or effect monsters, it's not really essential, but it does help to minimize the cost of what you want to play in order to play the main support of the deck. And talking of main supports, I know these next cards aren't Red Eyes, but they really do help. So we have 3 Lilith Lady of Lament. Tribute this, and it can let you pick up to 3 normal spells in your 3 normal traps. Jeez, I can't believe I got that one wrong. 3 normal traps, and you can add you can set one of the cards, but your opponent has to set it. But if you run 3 copies of the same trap card, you're guaranteed to get the one that you need. Last for monsters, we have Keeper of the Shrine. I do like this card. It took me a while to get used to how its abilities work, and sometimes I do misplay it in terms that But when a dragon monster is destroyed, you can special summon this card from the grave or from your hand directly to the field. And if it's a normal, you can get, if it's a normal monster that's destroyed, you can get one. What is it? Add one dragon monster from graveyard to hand. So yeah. Now moving on to the spells. Top of the list we have Free Fang of Critius. I really do like this card. I like the fact that when it comes to Critius, all its trap cards, you can typically target any card. But with Red Eyes, I feel like all the trap cards in that support Critius also can support Red Eyes as well. So that's why I built the deck. And this isn't, I'll be honest with you, this isn't my idea. Obviously, decks like these have been podcasted on YouTube quite a few times, but I just wanted to show you my version of it. And that's basically all I need to say about that. We have two cards of the Red Storm. Nice little, I really do like this card. Just for the simple fact that you can get Red Eyes in the graveyard, and you can draw two cards in exchange for that, and obviously to send another level 7 Red Eyes from your deck to your graveyard. It does shorten the deck down, and you really do need to hurry up basically and draw Fang of Critius and any of the trap cards just to bring out its fusions. So then next, two Allura Darknesses. Obviously Banisher, draw two cards and then Banisher Dark, so again, another way to thin out the deck and draw what you need. Then I have two Return of the Dragon Lords. There's a lot of high-level dragons in this deck, so, and obviously, well, I don't think I know anybody who doesn't run a dragon deck without this card. And then we have Monster Reborn. Again, what it says in its text is exactly what it does, resurrects a monster from the graveyard. And finally, the last spell, Raigeki. Just to get rid of any nuisances that your opponent might have. Not that Fang of Critius doesn't have enough support to do that anyway, like Mirror Force and Doom Virus Dragons. They pretty much take out your opponent's cards as it is. But Raigeki is there for backup. Moving on to the traps, we have 3 Return of the Red Eyes. It's a very neat, it's a really handy card. Didn't take me long to get used to it, but you can just basically resurrect your Red Eyes monsters from your graveyard, provided you've got one face up on the field. And for this deck, it's probably common to get the Fang of Critius cards out, but at the time you need backup, so Red Eyes is definitely needed, and this is why this trap card is in the deck. Plus, for a Red Eyes deck, I think it's obvious that you need to run a card like that. Very much so like these two. Red Eyes Spirit. Does exactly the same as Monster Reborn, except it only resurrects a Red Eyes monster from your graveyard. I really do love this card. With so many Red Eyes in the game, this trap card really did need to hurry up and get released. It took a long time for us to wait for this support. I mean, the Season 3 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like decades ago, and well, to be fair, so was this deck. This deck's about as old. Well, half that age at least. I can't remember when these cards came out, but I was so excited when the Ritual monsters finally came out, thus the following cards that support Red Eyes. So, thank you, Konami, for making us wait so long. Next, we have 3 Crush Card Viruses. Originally, I did have a little tactic where I would run 3 Crush Cards with Doom Virus Dragon combined with a trap card called Dragon's Bind. It pretty much limits your opponent from special summoning virtually anything, but after a while I did take Dragons by that, just because I can never seem to draw the right cards. It required too much hassle just to summon that Doom Virus Dragon and then have Dragon's Bind on the field at the same time, and then combine Dragon's Bind with Doom Virus Dragon. But it was a nice little tactic nonetheless. 3 Mirror Forces. Works just as good without Critius, but it works even better if you have it, because you get a really powerful monster out, and Mirror Force Dragon is just a really good card, obviously providing you can bring it out. But nevertheless, whether you have Critius in your hand or not, 3 Mirror Forces is always nice. But the one thing I hate about Mirror Force is that it always gets Mystical Space Typhoon, MST for short. And I really hate that. No matter how many times I play Mirror Force, somebody always has MST. Of course, nowadays, the most common card to play besides that is Twin Twister. which is just as annoying. 2 Ring of Destructions. I like the fact that they changed the rulings so it didn't like kill you as well as your opponent. But actually, to be fair, that's completely backwards. I do apologize. They obviously changed the rulings because it was a niche card to basically put your opponent's life points down to 0 quicker than yours. But they changed the rulings slightly where now you take the damage first, not your opponent. And I don't know. It's a nice maneuver, but considering they released Doom Virus Dragon, they had to change the rulings on Ring of Destruction slightly just to make it playable. But I don't think that's the reason why they did it, but I'm glad they made the change so Ring of Destruction was no longer banned. And last, for the traps, we have Tyrant Wing. I'm still not used to this card's effect, I'm going to be honest with you. The whole deck is just questionable with some of these effects, but nevertheless, that is the final shot card, and considering the fact that I run Critius, I only run one of these, so, and it does target pretty much every dragon that's in the deck, so, and that's it for that. Now, moving on to the extra deck, we have 3 Mirror Force Dragons. Again, I really love this card. I'm so glad that Konami finally decided to print these out. Although, having said that, they printed cards out from the Legendary Awakening of the Dragons arc. Here's my question, and this is directly for Konami. Where are the armor cards? I think we're all waiting for it. It was quite an annoying deck played by one of the villains in the show. I really can't remember his name, but but those armor cards, we need them. We want them. Some people out there definitely want them. I know at least one person who does, and I'm the other person that's interested in them as well. Anyway, I didn't say much about Mirror Force Dragon, but let's be fair. Do I really need to mention everything about these cards? I mean, for non-players, but let's be fair. If there are non-players out there, this really isn't a video for you because you're probably not going to understand anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! But then again, you might, and you just might not play the game. But who am I to question? 3 Doom Virus Dragons. It's got the full effect of Crush card this time around. The original Crush card pretty much nukes everything, but they changed the rulings on that, and now the rulings have been enforced into Doom Virus Dragon. It's a nice little maneuver they did, but Doom Virus Dragon is quite a good card to say the least, but its strength is quite weak for a fusion monster, but given its overall effect, I don't think we really can complain about that. Next we have 2 Destruction Dragons. I do like the ability where it basically targets a monster, destroys it, and your opponent takes damage for that monster's attack. It's a defensive monster as well, but you're not going to really put this card in attack mode with a defense of 3000, but if you want to OTK your opponents, then I suppose you're going to do something reckless and put this card in attack mode and just attack them. Or you could leave it in defense and just nuke any monster that comes out, but these days there's a lot of monsters that can't be targeted, so yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be too scared of that. Tyrant Burst Dragon. It's a nice card. I'm actually surprised it's not played very often. I mean, it can attack all your opponent's monsters, but when it's attached to another monster, it can give it 400 extra attack and defense and make them attack 3 times during each battle phase. So, I know attacking all monsters isn't something many people run nowadays, but for 2900 attack points, you can't really complain. You can pretty much clear the field. Next we have Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword. I do love this card. Do you know, I never even noticed this, and I don't know if anybody else has actually picked up on this, but with the Hermos fusion monsters, it has, if you look close enough, it actually has the monster it was originally used on from the anime in the background. You can actually see the original blurred out version of Red Eyes Black Dragon himself. And it's the same with the other ritual cards. Sorry, we're looking at the ritual side of my side deck. My side deck with ritual monsters. I hate doing these live chats, because sometimes I just get everything wrong. Oh, the whole video is probably wrong, but I don't know. So yeah, with Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword, you can clearly see Red Eyes Black Dragon in the background, and it's the same with the other cards that the Claw of Helmos was combining with in the anime. If you look at the magical time hammer, it's got Time Wizard in the background with the Rocket Hermos cannon. You can see Rocket Warrior printed, and with Goddess Bow, you can see Queen's Knight printed on the background. So I never even noticed that at first, but then when I did notice, I took a look at all the others, and it was a bit of a coincidence. It was a bit surprising, and a bit more of a coincidence that the cards in the background are actually the monsters that they were fused with. Next, we have Five-Headed Dragon. I don't think I need to explain why this card's in the deck. It's a dragon. It combines with 5 different. It fuses 5 dragons together and becomes 5-header. And this is mainly a dragon deck, so that's why this is in here. I feel like it has to be in there. And next we have the XEs, which I only have a few of them. So Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. I absolutely love the artwork on this card. I love the design. I love its effect. It's got a decent attack, and it's very easy to summon, given it's only a rank 4. But I really do love Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. So that's why this is in this deck. And I think there's the odd 1 or 2 level 4s in this. So playing 1, I feel like I should just do it. And finally, for the extra deck, I think this needs no introduction. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't really keen on XYZ monsters when they first came out. I wasn't even keen on synchros when they first came out. The whole idea of it, I personally think the whole idea of combining 2 monsters together to form one big one without the use of polymerization started off with Jaden Yuke from the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX franchise, thanks to his Neospatians. And since then, the whole combining 2 monsters together to form one big one has just been one thing after another. And pulling them all off in different ways. Like, obviously with Neos, you need a Neospatians to summon a fusion monster. With Synchros, you need a monster that said tuner on it and 1 non-tuner. As long as the levels equaled up, you could summon that Synchro. But then with the XEs, you had to lay one on top of the other. And you could get a rank if the levels of the monsters match. Of course, with some cards, I don't think it does that, but obviously when I got used to them, eventually they created Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, and it is one of the best cards I have ever had the privilege of laying my eyes on. It really is a good card, but I don't think I need to introduce it with its abilities, because by now everyone ideally might know what it is. Alright, in short, 2 level 7 monsters, cannot be destroyed by card effects while it has an XE material on it. While this card has an XE attached to it, XE material attached to it, during each time your opponent activates a card or an effect, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent immediately after the card's effects resolve. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 XE material from this card and target 1 Red Eyes normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Next. And finally, the side deck. I mentioned before that I run the Rituals and Hermos, and here they are. So we have 2 Lord of the Reds. Seriously though, that is definitely Joey. That is definitely Joey in that suit of armor of his. It's a really good card. I absolutely love it. The destruction effect to it is amazing. I do feel like I don't know, should the level be 8? Should it be a fire type attribute, whatever? I don't know. Either way, really good card. So happy these came out. I know they've been out a while now. They've been mentioned, but I can't help but keep saying it. Next, Paladin of Dark Dragon. So that was the card's name. Absolutely amazing card. Lets you target any Red Eyes monster, and you can just special summon it. A much better version than Paladin of White Dragon. That card only special summons Blue Eyes, but at the time there was only Blue Eyes White Dragon, so can't really complain. But this card literally searches any Red Eyes, including Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Tribute this, special summon it, and obviously it can destroy a monster that's face down in defense immediately. But it's a real good card, so I do like that. Now, the next legendary dragon, the Claw of Hermos. I've already mentioned what this card pretty much does, but it targets a dragon monster you control in your hand or on the field, and you can special summon one of the fusion monsters that this card's got listed in its text. So, next, Red Eyes Transmigration. This card obviously helps you summon out Lord of the Red, and it's a real good card. Again, I haven't really got much to say about that. But next we have 2 Dark Dragon Rituals. You know what? I actually like the secondary effect to this card, where obviously not the turn it's summoned, but the next turn it's the next turn you can banish it and target one spell trap with Red Eyes in its text. I do love this card for that reason, because there's a fair few Red Eyes spell and traps, and it's necessary to get them in your hand as quickly as possible. But that's all I have to say about that. But I really do love these cards. I absolutely adore them. Sorry, I know I'm going too deep into it. 2 preparations of rights. Self-explanatory. Just lets you get your ritual cards from your deck to your hand easier. 1 Dragon's Mirror. The only card that's going to be able to summon 5-header, for that matter. And to be honest, it's probably the only card that this spell card is going to target for. Given the fact you guys just saw my extra deck, I don't think I needed to really mention that. Last, 2 Red Eyes Fang with Chains. Now, a lot of people didn't really get this card's effect. It was a little confusing, but totally understandable now. But I'll give it a quick mention. So target 1 Red Eyes, you control, equip this card to it, and it can make up to 2 attacks during each battle phase. That alone, easy enough. Then I think it's a secondary effect that a lot of people questioned on. I'm sure by now a lot of people know exactly how this card works. Basically, you can send this equipped card to the graveyard, then target 1 effect monster on the field. Then you equip that monster to the monster that this card was equipped to by this effect, and then its attack and defense become the original attack and defense of the equipped monster. So what that basically means is, if you have 2 monsters on the field, 1 effect monster and 1 other monster on the field, just get 2 of them out, for example. Just get 2 of them out, should I say? Right. So these are the monsters that are currently on the field. Now, just imagine for a moment, this card is attached to this. Can make up to 2 attacks per turn. But then you want to send this card to the graveyard and then target another monster. Now, it can be your opponent's or it can be yours. So, just for the sake of argument, we target Red Eyes Baby Dragon. This card goes to the grave, and then this card becomes a new attachment, and then this card's attack and defense becomes this monster's. However, that puts you at a disadvantage, but if it was the other way around, and you wanted to increase this monster, get this monster's attack and defense to change, you simply do the same again. You take that away, and you target this monster, and then equip it to Red Eyes Baby Dragon. And then Red Eyes Baby Dragon's attack and defense will become Red Eyes Black Flares Dragons. And that's basically all there is to it. I'm hoping I didn't need to explain that to everyone to make them feel like an idiot, but I got confused on the card's effects. I technically am an idiot, but I don't believe everyone else is. But a lot of people I've heard, and I've even had conversations with everyone about this particular trap card, and not many of them understood the card completely. They get the whole attack twice thing, but the equip part, a lot of people I spoke to were a little confused about it. But it makes sense now, and I hope this video helps you understand. Although I don't think I really did need to explain that, but for those who were confused, I felt like I just had to mention it. Right, guys, that's all I need to say. So if you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Retro Gaming Goth, and leave that notification bell on for future videos. And I will see you all very soon. By the way, this card, still awesome. All right, take care. Bye.